Hello my dear friends, I'm Stanislav Shamayev, a licensed business immigration and corporate attorney in Miami, Florida. In today's video, we're going to be discussing EB-1C visa, which means a green card for managers or executives in the companies that have two businesses in the US and outside of the US. At the end of this video, you will be able to learn how to get a free evaluation of your EB-1C case. Let's go. Alright, Stanislav, you always talk about L1 visa and how great it is, how can you start up a new business here and then grow it and get an EB-1C visa if everything is good, but can I get EB-1C visa right off the bat without going through L1 process? Just get a green card through EB-1C. And the answer to this is absolutely. You can skip L1 process and go straight to EB-1C as long as we can satisfy all the criteria for this great visa. Let's talk about the criteria because this is the most important. First of all, you have to have a company outside of the States. And by the way, guys, I'm going to be talking about the cases where usually the owner and the CEO, that's the same person. It could be EB-1C and L1 also does not require you to be the owner of the business, but because both businesses have to be connected through the common ownership, common control. 90% of the smaller businesses or medium-sized businesses bring the owner from the foreign company to the US company. Keep in mind that if you're an executive in a company somewhere in Colombia or in Germany or in England, and your boss wants to open up a business in the States, or he wants to purchase one, or he already has one business and he wants to transfer you from that foreign company to the US, this also could be the case for you. But because those cases are maybe 10% in my practice, I'm just gonna note that, but I'm not gonna discuss them. You own the business outside of the States and you also either an executive, the CEO, or CTO, CFO, whatever the executive level manager in the company, or you just a top manager. Like you could be director of the department, you could be the top manager. You control and direct the business or a part of the business. You've been working on this position for at least 1 year for the past 3 years. 1 year within the past 3 years means that, for example, if you left your position a year ago and you're not working in this business in Colombia, let's say, you can still get EB-1C visa. Why? Because you worked for at least a year for the past 3 years. So the past 3 years, in this hypothesis, you work for 2 years. That's where requirement is coming from. And you'll be like, why did the Congress think about it? Well, just because, first of all, people switch the positions in the company and it could be a good employee. And second of all, people leave the businesses and then they come back. All right. So that's what is meant behind this 1 year requirement for the past 3 years. Also, under your control, I want to see at least 15 employees. And those 15 employees have to have a certain structure. So I want to see 3 to 4 managers and the rest of those 15 people under those managers. So this is a 3-step control of the company. It's you, managers, and then subordinates. Okay, other employees who do the work with their hands. They answer the phone, they input the data, they sweep the floor, they do whatever. They drive the car, and there's the people who control them, and you control the managers. Okay, so the managers, they report back to you. And this could be the entire company, all 15 people is just one company, or that could be maybe one department in the company. So you could be a director of that marketing department. You have a bunch of managers under your control, and those managers control regular marketing people, right? Like story makers, content creators, designers, and things like that. And those managers, they're like, I would like to call them, in this particular example, projects. They manage the projects that are that been strategized by you, and they report back to you. These 15 people could be anywhere in the company, or it could be the whole company, but you have to control them. But Stanislav, where did you get those 15 people? I read all the laws, there is nothing. You're completely right. There is nothing in the law. That's coming straight from my experience. Okay, if you have 13, I can deal with that. If you have 10, probably not. That's already too risky. Of course, it depends which country you're from. If you're from Canada or from Western Europe, probably I can take you with less people. If you're from Asia, Eastern Europe, South America, no. We've got to have a lot of people in the company to prove that you are doing what you claim to be doing. If we have that structure, now we gotta have business in the US. If you don't have the business yet, the only option you have is to purchase one. If you're purchasing the business, then you have to have at least 8 people working in that business. And among those 8 people, I want to have 2 or 3 managers and 5 to 6 subordinates to those managers. You control the managers, and managers control the subordinates. Same three-step control of the business. Instead of buying a business, you may have had this business for a while in the States, so you just want to transfer yourself to that business and get a green card. So that business should exist for at least a year. And that's where you should already understand why so many people get the L1 visa first before switching to EB-1C. Because L1 allows you to open a startup business with no employees, but only funding and a business plan. That's the advantage of L1, because you don't have to get a business immediately with 8 employees working for you. And 8 employees business, if you want to purchase one, is gonna cost you at least $500,000, probably closer to $700,000, maybe even more. You have to plan strategically whether you want to spend this amount of money for purchasing business and getting a green card rather fast, or you want to invest that money in a L1 business, start from the scratch and build up your empire from ground zero. But you still get 2 options. And as long as you satisfy those criteria that I mentioned to you, I will be able to get you a green card with a very, very high chance of approval, which is more than 90%. So now, you want to ask, Stanislav, can you look at my case and tell me if I have potential? Definitely, I can do that even for free. How to get that? Well, go down below this video. Find the link that's going to say Business Visas Free Evaluation. Click on it. See on the form, answer all the questions, and within 48 hours, I will get back to you and say, hey Juan, hey Mike, you have a good potential for this visa because of this, and that, and you have weak spots here, and there. Let's meet at the complex immigration planning, where I will draft a written strategy of filing your petition. That's how it goes. Also, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, bring comments under this video, so I want to see what's going on, if you guys like it or not. And also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and my TikTok, because I post a lot of exclusive content on those social media. I'm Stanislav Shamayev, a lawyer of the future. Your future begins here. Good luck.